In 2022, launching a major software platform meant hiring a small army of 350 engineers. You needed years of financial runway and massive overhead before a single customer ever saw the final product. Then, late last year, former Google executive Mo Gawdat decided to build an AI startup with a team of just 4 people. 8 weeks later, they launched on Valentine's Day with a $100 million valuation. They achieved that speed because the new tools allowed them to completely erase and rewrite their entire codebase 6 different times inside that short 2-month window. This speed isn't just a fluke. It demonstrates how a few engineers with the right tools can now rewrite massive trillion-dollar environments in weeks. For companies relying on multi-year roadmaps, this level of agility makes traditional long-term strategy defenseless. Economists call this a technology replacement cycle. Think about the moment consumers were forced to abandon entire libraries of media to adopt new formats. When a new medium arrives, the global industry has to rebuild its infrastructure from the ground up, transferring massive wealth from the old giants to the new adopters. Today, the targets for this kind of reset are bloated, expensive software companies. Legacy enterprise tools run on architecture designed decades ago. While the public worries about a future run by superintelligence, they miss the immediate economic reality, replacing these sluggish legacy giants with lean AI alternatives right now. This diagram illustrates the current actionable phase of technology, augmented intelligence. By combining human direction with raw machine processing power, a single operator essentially gains the cognitive capacity of an extra 400 IQ points. We already know machines excel at closed system logic. Ever since IBM's Deep Blue defeated Garry Kasparov in 1997, unassisted humans haven't stood a chance in pure, static strategic calculation. Yet the media remains obsessed with waiting for human-level AGI, a singular, autonomous mind. Waiting for that milestone distracts from the highly capable tools sitting on our desks today. Gawdat and his co-founder recently put this to the test. Needing to move across the country, they spent 20 minutes spinning up a custom digital agent. That agent individually called 52 moving companies, spoke to them in their native languages, negotiated pricing, and secured the final contracts on its own. Instead of paying a subscription fee to have a chatbot draft polite emails, true productivity comes from delegating complex, multi-step operations to independent digital agents. This opportunity is accelerating due to a geopolitical conflict. The United States strategy involves massive closed system investments, like the $500 billion Stargate initiative, designed to build centralized corporate monopolies. Chinese developers deployed an asymmetric response. Instead of building massive data centers, they trained highly efficient edge models, small enough to run on personal hardware, at a fraction of the cost, and released them to the global public as open-source code. This strategy floods the market with free models, neutralizing attempts to lock down access. Developers can take these open-source tools, wrap them in clean interfaces, and deploy them to dismantle expensive legacy enterprise software. The geopolitical battle over computing power has accidentally generated an accessible, high-volume supply chain of intelligence waiting to be utilized. To wield this supply chain, executives have to change their mindset. Business is no longer a game of chess, where leaders forecast the board 5 years into the future. We're playing squash now. You stand on your toes in a tight court, reacting to a high-speed ball bouncing off walls at unpredictable angles, and you must constantly return to center. This means building quickly, testing with real users, and maintaining the structural discipline to erase and rewrite your entire codebase overnight without hesitation. Clinging to rigid, long-term predictive planning guarantees obsolescence. Survival demands modular, disposable execution. So how do you aim this agile toolkit? In the early days of Google, co-founder Larry Page evaluated new ideas through a framework he called the toothbrush test. The framework asks 2 uncompromising questions. Does your product solve a problem affecting 1 billion people, and will they need to use it at least twice a day? You could use this intelligence simply to shave a few dollars off corporate operating costs. But that wastes processing power that could instead be aimed at rebuilding the functional systems of our society. Artificial intelligence has no intrinsic moral polarity. It is simply raw power. Those who master this fast-paced iteration and aim that power at massive human problems will build the next major economy.